Welcome back from the break. You're watching NewsX and I'm Asavri Jindal. Well, Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri has said that India and the US have made significant progress on a proposed interim free trade agreement. He said that the negotiations are now in the final stages and the agreement is close to being concluded. Misri added that US Trade Representatives Jameson Greer will visit India next week to take forward talks. He further said that the issue was discussed between Prime Minister Modi and US President Donald Trump in Evian. Both leaders, according to him, have instructed teams to speed up finalization of the agreement. Take a listen.
And I would say, and by no means least, is with the United States, where we have made significant progress already on the conclusion of an interim free trade bilateral trade agreement. And we are in the final stages of concluding that agreement. Next week, in fact, the United States Trade Representative, Mr. Jameson Greer, will be visiting India to take forward these discussions. And in the bilateral meeting between Prime Minister and President Donald Trump yesterday in Evian, this was a major subject of discussion. Both leaders once again gave instructions for this agreement to be concluded at the earliest possible. So you can see the trade aspect as a major focus of this visit. And
all right, so we've heard that statement over there. Ambassador Sushil Singhal, former diplomat, joins us on the broadcast, as well as Dr. Sharad Kohli, a senior economist, was also with us on the broadcast. Good morning to the two of you. Thank you for taking out time speaking to us on NewsX. Ambassador Sushil Singhal, let me come to you first for an understanding from you. The statement that has been put out by Mr. Vikram Misri is in positive limelight. It's heading in the right direction. Okay, Ambassador, I'll just come back to you. But before that, let me go across to Brian, who joins us on the broadcast. Brian, what's the update that we have? Ambassador Sushil Singhal, former diplomat, is with us on the broadcast to share his perspectives. Ambassador Singhal, I'd like to understand from you the statement that has been given by the Foreign Secretary. He's given a statement that indicates that things are progressing well, that there has been a positive interaction between the US President and Prime Minister Modi. And as far as the agreement is concerned, it's heading in the right direction. What do you make of it?
Well, the statement which has been given or made by the Foreign Secretary, Mr. Vikram Misri, it's actually, as you know, that this has been issued after the meeting of President Trump and Prime Minister Modi in Evian. And I think this discussion has been going on for a long time, and it's been stuck on a few points. So what I feel is, what Mr. is saying today now, this has gone beyond the technical discussions, and the political directive has been given. And that is why he came out with such a statement that, things are moving forward. What I feel is that next, as indicated also earlier by others, that in next 1 or 2 months, by August, I expect that interim agreement can be worked out. And there are some issues which are contentious. Still the discussion is going in place. So that will be, I think, taken up at a later stage. So it will be two-phase FTA. So it will cover, in the beginning, I think they will cover issues of bit of tariff, market access, and some sectors. And so what I feel is that there will be announcements when the FTA, limited FTA is done by August. Some tariff reduction will be on certain select goods. And I feel that this, again, remember in the February 2025, both the President Trump and Prime Minister Modi announced this mission $500 billion to expand the trade. I think there will be some movement in that direction. And supply chain, I think technology and supply chain also will be discussed. The cutting edge, semiconductor, critical minerals, that discussion will take. But the U.S. demand for the agriculture access And India is concerned about the protection of certain sensitive sectors, digital trade and data, which is again and rule of origin and market access commitment. These, I think, will be discussed later on because these are very contentious issues. And but since both the sides want to show that progress and give the confidence to the investors and the exporters of the both sides. So I think they will likely to go for an interim arrangement, and the political directive looks like has been given to the negotiators, and we'll see a good result, I think, in the next 1 to 2 months.
Right, so absolutely. With that, I'd like to thank you for joining us on the broadcast, sharing your perspectives. Dr. Sharat Kohli, senior economist, also joins us on the broadcast to share his perspectives. Dr. Kohli, thank you. Appreciate you joining us this morning. I'd like to understand from you the statement that has been made by the Foreign Secretary. How do you essentially read into it? What may be perhaps the sticking points because of which we've not been able to crack the code, we've not been able to seal the deal?
Good morning, Sabri, to you and the viewers. Well, I think I don't want to sound pessimistic since the statement given by the Foreign Secretary. And we are hopeful of the deal being done after several rounds of talks ever since the U.S. had imposed reciprocal tariffs starting 2nd of April 2025. Multiple times, Indian delegation went there. The U.S. delegation came here, the Trade Representative. But then, something or the other was probably letting it go. And I hope things have been tied down. Well, agri and dairy, Sabri, is a big no for us. That red line remains. I don't think there's going to be any compromise. This could be an interim deal. But at the same time, I feel that my trust on President Trump and what he says is not very high. So we need to see unless it comes on the ground and it's signed. There is a saying in English, seeing is believing. So I'd rather like to see this happening rather than hear about it. Because we've heard several times, maybe dozens and dozens of occasions, Sabri, over the last more than 1 year, which this has been discussed. Let's wait and see. The taste of the pudding is in eating it, as they say. So, but then definitely some positive developments have happened, which are welcomed.
Right, absolutely. So with that, I'd like to thank you for joining us on the broadcast, sharing your insights and perspectives.